and up against Narayan in the next one. Oh, but we're going to jump into this one. Another American. It's Sam Sevian with the white pieces against our in-house streamer, Jose Ibarra, who is a little bit out of center in the camera. Nice lighting, though, I have to say.
Definitely. Yeah, but he is also on 3 out of 3 points so far, and fighting in the top here. And we see an opening, looked like an English opening here. Black has a very far advanced pawn here in the center. Sometimes this is good if he can protect it and use it to get more space for his pieces, but it can also become weak. And actually, we see neither happening. So Sevian just immediately attacks the pawn in the center, and Ibarra has to trade it off. So the pawn is gone. Now you could say maybe white has a slightly weaker king because this pawn is gone. But for now, it doesn't look like a big problem. And actually, Sevian is getting a bit of an advantage here. Now, exploiting this pin against the queen or on the knight and attacking the queen, there's a lot of tactical things to be aware of here for Ibarra. He has to move his queen. There isn't that much else to think about. He's probably considering, should he go back or can he maybe try to stay in the center? In that case, I'm guessing he would probably go there. Other than that, there aren't many options. Yeah, he does go all the way back. Now he has to recapture. So now he's getting these doubled pawns. It looks like this opening has actually gone pretty badly for Ibarra. These pawns don't look very good. They're very easy to attack. They can never really defend each other. And the squares in front are quite weak as well. So the structure here, combined with the central advantage for Sevian, is what makes this position quite good for him.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about our guest streamer at Take today, Jose Carlos Ibarra from Spain. He's 40 years old. He brought his family here, his 2 sons, Lucas and Eric, and his wife. That was amazing to have them here having some pizza, enjoying some chess. They told me they were going to a reptile park before Title Tuesday started. So that's super cool. But this is a grandmaster who, with a FIDE rating of 2550, but online blitz is truly where he shines, Lucas.
Yeah, he's incredibly strong in online blitz. We see him almost every Tuesday, somewhere close to the top of the leaderboard. We've seen him lead Title Tuesday before. So yeah, he can beat almost anyone on a good day. And excited to see if he can pull something good off today.
Yeah.
He's off to a good start, although he is in trouble in this game for sure.
Definitely. Now, he did play Title Tuesday last week as well, scored 7.5 points. Really, really good stuff from Jose Ibarra. And his best score from the autumn split was an 11th place. So close to being top 10 and scoring Champions Chess Tour points. But he can still do it in the winter split, up against, of course, Sam Sevian, an American, one of the best American players, and we see him quite often in Title Tuesday. Super focused here and massively better, Sam Sevian. Yeah, this looks incredibly dangerous. He actually just goes for an immediate attack here with a pawn, looking to get open or get the diagonal open for his bishop. So now he's actually potentially threatening the knight with a bishop. I think that's what he's up to. And Ibarra attacks the queen. The queen has to move. What is Ibarra going to do now? He has a lot of problems with getting out his pieces. He is trying to get his bishop out and getting his king to safety. But as we can see, Sevian is already on the attack, and it's very hard for Ibarra to actually get developed in time here. Can we maybe see him now bring up the queen to attack the knight? That would be very dangerous. Oh, and Sam Sevian raises his eyebrows. Is he surprised about something? Yeah, looks like it. Maybe, yeah, he just goes for developing his bishop instead. He doesn't go for the queen move that I was talking about. Not sure what he is surprised about, but yeah, at this point,
The thing is, he can play aggressively against this knight on the side, or he can just play this long term and try to exploit the weaknesses that Ibarra has on the king side with these pawns.
And there we finally have Jose Ibarra on camera from the Take offices, streaming to his Spanish fans. I think he's streaming in Spanish. Meanwhile, Sam Sevian from the US, 25 years old.
Yeah.
And massively better on the board.
Yeah, I think this is one of these positions that are difficult to come back from. That said, the position is kind of open. He does have some chances with his rook, bishop, and knight on the queen side there. If he can get them into active positions and try to trick his opponent, there is, of course, chances. They're both pretty low on time here. There's a lot of potential things that can happen here still. It seems like it's going to be a long game, so maybe it can end up being decided on the clock.
Sam Sevian has ticked under 2 minutes on the clock. Now I see the black position, Ibarra's position, of course, the bishop very locked in, the queen is locked in. Maybe hard to move the pieces, but his king looks very safe, I have to say.
Yeah, so the thing is, it's potentially safe, but now we can see the problem with these double pawns is that the squares in front are quite weak, and actually Sevian now can bring his queen onto the same diagonal as his white bishop, and that would actually threaten checkmate, and is not a nice threat to face for Ibarra. He does actually do that. Now he is threatening checkmate. The only move Ibarra can play here is moving up the pawn. So stopping that checkmate by blocking the queen's path. Now Sevian brings up his knight, trying to attack that pawn. That's the problem with moving the pawn forwards. Maybe Ibarra is considering to take that knight, but if he does that, suddenly his king is going to be extremely weak again. So I don't think he can actually do that. And if not, the knight is going to enter. So yeah, very difficult position now to get back from. As we were talking about Ibarra maybe being able to fight back, it now looks very difficult. That said, I do like that move by him, because if he can trade off the queens, then white doesn't have as strong of an attack anymore.
So that's what Ibarra is, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, he does go for that. So he's able to trade off the queens, which I would say is a win for Ibarra in a way, because then he's actually not getting checkmated. That's always a nice thing when you're in trouble. And then he just has to try to fight his way back from this position.
And it is getting uncomfortable on the clock for Sam Sevian. He is under the minute left on his clock. Ibarra with some good recent moves. Can he fight back in this game? He should play fast though, take advantage of the clock.
Yeah, he has to do that. I think that's Ibarra's only hope. And here with 1 minute, or actually less than 1 minute for Sevian, there is some hope. I would say this is possible to come back from, especially with no increment. And this is the type of position where if you don't give checkmate pretty soon, pawns can start falling and black can get active. So this is a very critical moment. What Sevian is trying to do now is bring his rook across. He doesn't actually do that. I'm very surprised that he didn't go for that idea, trying to check the king and start an attack. Instead, he is focusing on his passed pawn here. So he picked up another pawn from Ibarra. And now, let's see, can he get this pawn here into the action?
Aha. That looks dangerously close to becoming a queen for Sam Sevian. Ibarra is fighting but struggling on the board.
Yeah, now he's struggling a bit on the clock as well. Half a minute each, but these 10 seconds in difference are quite important.
Yeah. Lasovic is on 4 out of 4. Hikaru Nakamura in a winning position in his game, about to go up to 4 out of 4. Sam Sevian and Ibarra can both go to 4 out of 4 with a win in this game. And now the clock is red. He resigns. Yeah. It's over. Jose Ibarra, he won 3 games in a row, but in the 4th one, he loses to Sam Sevian, the Grandmaster from the US, who celebrates like crazy. Was that even a yawn?
He's obviously very happy.
Yeah.
No, but instructive idea in the end here by Sevian. It's sometimes difficult to promote a pawn against a rook, but here by blocking with the knight, there's actually no way to stop the pawn from moving in here, and it's also defending the knight. So it's a very nice way to finish the game here.
All right. It's a loss for Ibarra. Let's see if he can strike back. Some other games still happening, or is everyone finished? I can see Anish Giri has won his game in round 4.